guys, my name is Catesby Spears. I am a first grade teacher at Boonesboro Elementary School here in Madison County in Richmond. I am going to be presenting my technology project to you today. I apologize for my voice in advance. I have laryngitis, so I'm going to try my best to speak up, but this is really just how my voice is for now. So for my technology project today, I am working with a ViewSonic interactive TV. It acts as a computer, but it looks like a flat screen TV. You can touch it. One of the coolest things about it, I think, is that it has internet access, so you can use your wireless keyboard and your mouse to type in. You want to access YouTube, you want to access a learning website, you're more than willing to. It also has Google available, which I think is really cool, one of my favorite things about it. So starting off related to my unit plan, how I use this in my math instruction is I always start and I pull up my PowerPoint, which has my learning target for my students. I read them their learning target, we talk about it, why they're learning this to be great mathematicians. They know what the pictures stand for. It has success criteria for them down here. So for this particular lesson, it would say, how do I know if I'm being successful? Well, I know if I'm being successful if I know that the number 56 represents 5 10s and 6 1s, and then they can come over here and use their place value chart to put in 5 10s and 6 1s. And I think that's day 4 on my unit plan, so this is the natural lesson that I would use for my unit plan. So I always start off my math instruction with my learning target and success criteria. From there I go to my PowerPoint, and I call this my Eureka Math PowerPoint slide. We always start with an application problem. Students are able to look at it, I read it to them. From there, after they have some independent time to work at their tables with their personal whiteboards, I'll actually call a student up and we'll work out the problem together. So the ViewSonic Interactive TV allows you to come up and allow students to be engaged and write on the board themselves. So say I wanted them to do a place value chart. Well, I could draw the place value chart for them, 10s, 1s, and then I could have a student come up here and actually show their work. This helps allow me address any misconceptions that students may have, and it also allows them for us to engage in number talks. Let me see their strategy, how they solved it, and allows others to explain their thinking on how they solved the problem as well. Another one of my favorite things is that it shows them how to use their manipulatives too. So if I say, show me 13 with their linking cubes, I could give them some independent time to work. Then I can flash this PowerPoint slide up and it shows them a visual of what 13 would look like in an easy way that would be easier. Instead of me just holding up my own cubes of 13, this shows them a visual on how to make it themselves and build it themselves. So I do think it addresses a lot of different learners, and then when I exit out of it, it clears all the ink so that I can use this for a different one, or I could use it in small groups. Another one of my favorite things about the ViewSonic Interactive TV as a piece of technology and in my math curriculum is that this is it's called a view board, so it allows me to write. So if I wanted to do a problem, I could easily do that for my students. They could answer it, they can see a nice visual. It's easy and quick to erase. One of my favorite parts about this technology is it has a little remote, and you can actually use this remote to have it lay flat. So I'm gonna lay it flat for you, and I actually have a bunch of my students during small group stand all around the board once it's laid flat, and they can all write on it at the same time. So I'm gonna lay that flat for you now, and then I'm gonna talk you through some of the ways I use it in small group instruction. So give me just a second. And my students are pretty used to using this ViewSonic board, so it is easy for technology uses. So this is kind of how I would do it over here. A lot of the times I have my students draw number bonds, and then we work with it from there. Or I can always have them draw their thinking. And like I said, more than one student can write on it at the same time. So that's a little bit of the ViewSonic Interactive TV and how I use it in my math instruction and for my unit plan. Thanks.